what is our slogan and what's our theme here at Tauheed Movement? What's our slogan? What's our theme? So our slogan and our theme is chapter 66, verse 6. We were told that 666 is something bad. So I put chapter 66, verse 6. Come on, that looks like the 666. That's the sign of the beast. But in the Quran, this is one of the best verses. Chapter 66, verse 6. So Allah says in chapter 66, verse 6, O ye who believe. So again, he's addressing the believers. He didn't say, O mankind. He said, O you who believe. So if you're striving to be a believer, then you're going to pay attention. You're going to hear. You're going to hearken. You're going to pay attention. O ye who believe, save yourself and your family from a fire whose fuel is men and stones. Over it are angels that are harsh and stern, and they do not disobey Allah in what it is that they are commanded to do, and they do what it is that they are commanded to do. Oh, you believe. So if you're a believer, you want to be saved from the fire, you want to be of those who say that they really believe in God, save yourself. How do you save yourself? By following what you're supposed to follow, by studying what you're supposed to be studying, by doing what you're supposed to be doing, abstaining from the things you're supposed to abstain from, enhancing the things you're supposed to enhance it. Only you believe, save yourself first. All right? First thing is I got to get myself right. Save yourself. Then after that he says, and save your family. Right? Once you save yourself, once you get proper understanding, once you get proper knowledge, once you get proper understanding, once you get a proper Aqenda, a proper method, you start following it. You got it, right? You got a cool foundation. Then you save your family. Now you got to share it with your family. Each one teach one. Okay? So here we got to increase in knowledge. Right? The Prophet Muhammad said those who are the best of mankind are those who learn knowledge and teach it to others. Okay? So when you save yourself, you gain knowledge, you have understanding. In Islam, you don't just gain knowledge and keep it to yourself. Right? Big head scientist, you have all this knowledge, but you don't share it with nobody. You just walk around with all this knowledge, and you don't give it to nobody. You die with this knowledge. You take it with you to the grave. What benefit were you? Allah gives an example as a donkey that carries books. The donkey don't even know what he's carrying. He's carrying books. He said the one who has knowledge but doesn't share with people is like a donkey that carries books. You're a donkey or jackass. So when you have knowledge, you share it with others to save your family. Okay? From the fire whose fuel is men and stones. So this is our slogan. This is our theme. Changing the cycle with ourselves. This is our slogan. This is our theme. Changing the cycle, this dysfunctional cycle, to a functional cycle with ourselves. We want to start with ourselves first. We're making a conscious decision. We want to make a proclamation. We want to make an oath. Right? What Allah for the law, man. Inshallah, let us be of those who are trying to change the cycle. And let us start with ourselves. We start with ourselves first. Start with your family, your wives, your kids, your husband. Right? Changing the cycle with ourselves, our family, and our community. Right? You start here, start with your family, start with your kids, start with the household, then you go outside, you can change society, you can change the masses. You got to start with yourself first. You can't tell nobody nothing about nothing, right? You got to show them. You got to be the best example. Turning the dysfunctional to that which is functional and making a change and impact in society. Changing the dysfunctional into a functional. The only way that you can change the dysfunctional into a functional is by using the Quran. Allah says that verily we have sent down this book as an admonishment and a healing to whatever diseases that you may have in the heart, and it is a mercy for those who believe. So Allah says this Quran is a healing. So it doesn't matter what you've been through, how you grew up, right? What type of dysfunctions or diseases or abuses that you've been through growing up or in your life. He said this is a cure for everything. So it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter if you came from a broken home. It doesn't matter if you've been in an abusive relationship. It doesn't matter about none of that. I had whatever traumas growing up, whatever. It doesn't matter. Allah says this Quran is a healing. It can heal everything that you got going on. You have lack of self-respect. You have an inferiority complex. Okay, Islam says that I can help you with that too. Allah says that verily He created different tribes and different nations, black, white, brown. He said the best of you on the side of Allah is the one who has the most taqwa, the one who has the most fear of Allah. Oh, so it doesn't matter what color I am? Nah, man, not on the side of Allah. The best is the one who has the most intelligence and the most practice of that intelligence and the one who fears Allah the most. Okay, so now I don't have an inferiority complex no more. Because it ain't about color no more. But they told me that black was this and that. I used to try to put lotion on to light myself up because they got bleachers. What did they say? They said Adam being black. You know, they say Jesus was Adam. They say Musa alayhi salam, Moses was black. Oh, man, this is a cure for every disease that's in your heart. Any type of ism and schism, any type of inferiority complex or whatnot, this is a cure. Okay, so we're trying to change the dysfunctional to the functional. I don't know how to this and that. I don't know how to be monogamous. I never seen monogamous growing up in this society. All I was taught how to do was cheat. That's all they show on TV. That's all that's on the radio. Return of the man. All of that stuff. Right? That's what I'm going to be at. Fresno, California. We know what goes on in Fresno. So this is what we was born into. I have a disease. Right? And the first way to be cured of a disease is to admit that you have a disease. You don't admit that you have a disease, you can't be cured. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm cool. I ain't been infected. But we live around all of these diseased people. All of these crazy people out here with all these crazy concepts and drugs and all the homosexuality, transsexuality, all this other stuff going on right here. They say one bad apple spoils the bunch. So what about millions and thousands of bad apples? Right? So we have been affected. We have been affected and we have been infected in this society. So what's the cure? The Quran. But you have to allow it to cure you. Right? So again, changing the cycle with ourselves, our family, and our community, turning the dysfunctional to that which is functional, and making a change and impact in society. Once we start changing things with ourselves, with our kids, then we can change society. Being trendsetters. Being trendsetters, again, Tauheed Movement. Everybody ain't going to want to do this. Everybody ain't going to be able to do this. They ain't going to want to do it. They ain't going to be able to do it. Right? Don't nobody want to, oh man, yeah, ain't nobody going to do that again. You have to be a trendsetter. If you don't start, if we all have the concept or the notion, man, well, it ain't going to work. Oh, man, that ain't going to work. And then we all have the same notion and we all have the same understanding it ain't going to work. Then we don't nobody move. So just we stay stagnant. You have to try to make a change regardless of the consequences. Okay? So again, being trendsetters, we're going to start a trend. Whether it's with the sisters, whether it's with the brothers, whether it's with our families, whether it's how we conduct ourselves, whether it's with our intelligence, whether it's the way that we talk, whether it's the way we deal with our women, right? Whether it's being monogamous, being upright men. This is a trend setting, right? Oh, well, I don't go out at night. I don't go to the club. I don't listen to music. You don't do that, man. I'm trend setting something right now because I'm trying to leave a legacy. I'm trying to save myself for my family. It's deeper than just me, man. I'm trying to do something for my kids because I got to show them an example because they're looking at me. The Prophet Muhammad said that the best dawah, the best way that you call somebody is not by lip service because anybody could talk. He said the best dawah is by example. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Do it because the kids watch everything. They hear everything. Y'all cussing in the house, then guess what? The dysfunctional cycle continues. Now the kids, they hear you cussing, then you wonder why little Abdullah said, shh. Oh, boy, don't say that. But you've been saying. Where do you think he got it from? Don't talk about it, be about it. Being trendsetters and leaving our mark for future generations. Okay? Some of us are first-generation Muslims. Some of us are second-generation Muslims. Some of us, we can leave a legacy through our children because after us, right, I believe the children are our future. All the right? So our children, right, some of us is old, we've been tore up, we've been in the society, we went through the ringer. We don't bumped our head, it doesn't, right? But we have the opportunity of giving this to our children, man, so they don't make the same mistakes that we make. But we got to show them and learn them, inshallah, so they can be better. And again, like I said, being trendsetters and leaving our mark for future generations. We got to leave our mark, right? One of the deeds that doesn't die when you die is the knowledge that you shared with somebody. The knowledge or the prayers of your daughter or your son that was righteous. Even though you're dead or you died, but you have a righteous daughter or a righteous son that you raised properly, you taught them how to pray and do all that thing. Every time they pray and whatnot, you still get blessings in the grave. So leave your mark for future generations. Self, family, society, community, cities, and our nation will Tauheed Movement. Okay? So this is what we're talking about. This is what we're going to be striving to do with the classes. This is what we're striving to advocate, right, with what we're doing. This is just a short glimpse as to what we're trying to do, our beliefs, what we're going to be using as our criteria of right and wrong, and so forth and so on. Inshallah, whether it's next week or the coming weeks, we're going to come together with the curriculum, all the things that we're going to go through. We're going to go through Quran, we're going to go through Tafsir, we're going to go through Hadith, we're going to go through Islamic African studies. Inshallah, I'm putting together a book I've already written it. When I was in prison, I wrote a book called African Identities of the Quran and the Bible. That's going to be one of the classes I'm going to teach, right? Not because we're black and we're better than anybody else, no. It's because in this society, see, you got to understand what it says, save yourself and your family. In this society, we've been told that black is ugly. We've been told that we have not added any type of essence or any type of value to society, history, or anything like that, knowledge or so forth and so on. So thus we have an inferiority complex, whether it's through the TV, whether it's through the school, whether it's through whatever it may be, right? Seeing a white Jesus all our life, seeing a white Moses all our life, watching all of these movies, watching all of these shows. Every year we watch the 10 Commandments. They're just shoving it down our face. We see in Charlton Heston, Cleopatra looking like Elizabeth Taylor. So we've seen all of these white people, and that's the only thing that you can assimilate with goodness or anything that's righteous or anything that has some type of royalty or whatnot. So we're going to go into proper understanding, proper teachings, okay, because there's been a lot of lies, okay? So inshallah, part of the healing process is for us to start knowing how to love ourselves, not because we're better than anybody else, but because this is knowledge, this is reality.